Hi friends, this is Deva for Vilakkam channel. Vilakkam means description. This channel will describe all useful day-to-day life requirements. Today, the fire theory part 2. It will cover the topics 1. How to extinguish the fire. 2. Extinguishing method of fire. 3. Fuel or fire classification. Fourth one is type of fire extinguisher and limitations. This topic will help to all of us, but especially more useful for who are working in oil refineries, petrochemical, chemical and pharma industries. Before to enter today's topic, we should need to know about fire triangle and tetrahedron. About these two topics very clearly explained in Fire Theory Part 1. If you not watched it, please watch and clear your doubts. However, here fire triangle illustrated very simply understandable about these three elements of fire need to ignite: heat, fuel and oxidizing agent, normally using oxygen. A fire naturally occurs when the elements are present and combined in the right mixtures, right? Once ignited, whereby the fires can sustain their own heat by the further release of heat energy in the process of combustion until continuous supply of an oxidizer and fuel. This type of continuous combustion chain reaction is called tetrahedron or continuous fire. Okay. How to extinguish this fire? Take away any one of these things from the triangle: fuel, oxygen or heat. Then fire will be extinguished. Fire triangle will be collapsed. Right? This is called fire extinguishing method. Okay, what are the fire extinguishing methods available? Extinguish methods are: first one, cooling. Extinguishing fire by taking away heat element of the fire triangle, or we can say by cooling burning material below the ignition point. Okay, see, removing heat from the triangle, the fire will extinguish. Without heat, fire will not continue because heat went below the ignition temperature, right? The second one, smothering. That means extinguish fire by taking away the oxygen element of the fire triangle. Okay, or we can say by smothering burning materials, right? Without oxygen there is no fire. Next one, starvation. Next extinguishing method of fire is starvation. Extinguish fire by taking away the fuel element of the fire triangle, or we can say by starvation of fuel materials. Without fuel there is no fire, right? Okay, now you understand about method of fire extinguishing, right? Next is fuel or fire classification. Fires are classified according to the type of fuel that is burning. Why this classification is needed? If you use the wrong type of fire extinguisher on the wrong class of fire, you might make matters worse. It is very important to understand the 5 different types of fuel classification. here Class A fire. Class A fire contains fuel, wood, paper, cloth, trash and plastics, etc. To remember easily, Class A fire leaves ash. Ash. You can remember like this. Then Class B fire or Class B fuel. Class B fuel, flammable liquids like gasoline, oil, grease, acetone includes flammable gases. To remember easily, Class B flammable liquids like butane B, Class B. You can remember like this. Then Class C, energized electrical equipment as long as it's plugged in condition, or energized electrical equipment such as switches, panel boxes, plug and cord equipments, etc. To remember easily, Class C fires involves circuits. Circuit C, Class C. Okay. Also, this type of fires, Class C type fires, can cause to type A, B fires. Next, D. Fires involves on certain combustible metals such as potassium, sodium, aluminium, magnesium. This is new Class K fires, recently recognized by NFPA. Fires involving combustible vegetable or animal non-saturated cooking fats and vegetable oils. These all the fuel or fire classification. Before I said that if you use the wrong type of fire extinguisher on wrong class of fire, you might make matters worse, right? So we need to clear idea about type of fire extinguisher. Type of fire extinguisher. Different type of fire extinguishers are designed to fight different class of fires. First we see how to identify the type of fire extinguishers. How to know type of extinguisher? Most fire extinguishers will have a pictograph label, that means picturized label, that illustrate to which type of fire the extinguisher is designed to fight. For example, a simple extinguisher might have a label like this. See here, picture, which means it should only be used on this type of fires like this. See, dry powder, that means we can use Class A, B, C and D also. So dry powder fire extinguisher we can use like this. This sticker available on the fire extinguisher. This color coding also given. For water or fire hose reel, red color. Foam spray, this cream color. And CO2, carbon dioxide, is black color. Dry powder is blue color. Okay, now one by one we will see the fire extinguisher type and its fire classes usage and its limitations. First, water or fire hose reel. This kind of extinguishers are designed for Class A fires only. Extinguish fire by taking away the heat. See, heat in the triangle, we remove the heat element of the triangle by cooling burning material below the ignition point. This is the method. By cooling method, we are eliminating fire. We are breaking the triangle. Okay. The limitations are they should not be used on Class B or C fires. The water-based fire extinguisher used on electrical or oil fires can cause electric shock or explosion. and can cause the oil to spread, making the situation only worse. So this is why choosing the right fire extinguisher should be done. Understand now, right? Why classification of fire and classification of fire extinguishers. If we use wrong fire extinguisher for wrong type of fire fuel, the situation will become worst condition. Second type, carbon dioxide. Fire extinguishers are designed for classes B and C fire only. Carbon dioxide is a non-flammable gas that takes away the oxygen element of the fire triangle by method of cooling and smothering burning materials. See, here it's doing oxygen removing. So when removing oxygen from the triangle, it's getting smothering, fuel smothering. Limitations: a carbon dioxide may be ineffective in extinguishing a class fire because it may not be able to displace enough oxygen to successfully put out the fire. Class A materials may also smolder and reignite. Also not suitable for reactive metals like sodium, potassium and metal hydrides. And also it has a hazard to operating personnel who are handling the CO2 fire extinguisher. They should take care on fire extinguishing. During fire extinguishing, avoid cold bite from touching the metal parts of the extinguisher. People will get frightened by the discharge of noise. Next type of fire extinguisher is dry powder. Dry powder fire extinguishers are designed for class A, B, C and D fires. You can say universal fire extinguishers. Dry chemical extinguishers put out the fire by coating the fuel with a thin layer of dust. This separates the fuel starvation action method from the oxygen in the air, also the oxygen element, or by removing the heat element of the fire triangle. The powder also works to interrupt the chemical reaction of fire. These extinguishers are very effective at extinguish of fire. Limitation is should not use confined space. During confined space, this dry powder should not use. This is the very important, because confined space there is powder. It make the oxygen deficiency. Next one. Fourth, foam spray. Foam spray are designed for class A and B only. Foam type extinguishers put out the fire by covering of the fuel by layer. This separates the fuel starvation method from the oxygen in the air. Limitation is foam type extinguishers should not use for class C and D fires. Now you understand very well about fire classification and type of fire extinguisher, and where we can use, where we cannot use, the limitations, or you know about very well now, right? Hopefully now you know that there is different type of fire extinguishers for different type of fires. Each must be used exclusively for the type of fire they are designed to avoid making things worse. Okay, your knowledge is very important to survive safely in your circumstance, like working in chemical industries. Please develop your knowledge on fire and safety. Follow the procedure to ensure safe work location for you and your environment. Okay friends, next is fire theory part 3. It will cover the firefighting rules and handling of fire extinguishing equipment. Okay, okay, my friends. Now we will do one exercise to continue in fire theory part 3. Follow and do step by step this. Click on subscribe button at below this video and push on bell icon to knock notification for next video. Okay, you did right. Thank you.